Hi there. Thanks for stopping by my channel. My name is Emily Muchanti. I'm a reading specialist, an interventionist, and a bit of a reading diva. I'm an educator with over 25 years of experience and 15 years of that being in the intervention world. And these are my dogs, Jack and Lucy. So if they end up doing something silly and I have to stop, I apologize. So what I started doing on my YouTube channel to begin with was a RECA prep course, or some help for teachers looking for some insights in how to pass the RECA prep course that was required in California. It's a reading competency exam. And through this journey, I really started to expand my thinking and wanting to use this platform to get into something that I'm really passionate about, and that is helping struggling readers learn to read through a real quality, effective reading intervention program. I've seen a lot of things out there. I have seen some things that work and some things that don't. And thankfully, through my own journey, I've found something that has really benefited my students at any school site that I've ever been at. Thankfully, I had some really brilliant educators before me that laid a lot of the foundation, and I was able to kind of come in and take it from there. So that's what I'm really going to use this channel for. And I hope that if this is something that you're interested in and you'd like to join me and hear more specifics, that you subscribe and that you like this video and spread the word so that we can kind of join this movement together about making our students literate. We know that literacy is really the key to their future. So let me tell you just a little bit about what the vision is and what the model is. When I go onto the internet or YouTube and I'm looking for ideas in how to improve my own instruction and my own looking for some curriculum needs, what I have found, there's plenty out there: instruction, curriculum, and assessment. But what there's not out there that I haven't found is really a great framework or a roadmap for how to pull it all together. And so that is what I get asked about the most: is how do you start your program? What are the steps you take? What does your calendar look like through the year? And that's really what I want to share with like-minded educators. So hopefully you'll join me for that. Let me give you a little more of a tidbit on what this looks like. First of all, imagine that we have a hypothetical school. It's called Model Elementary School. So in a quality program at Model Elementary School, there are some things that have to happen. And first of all is that all students are screened 3 times a year. And yes, I mean all students, every single one. And so what we do is you use a universal screener at this school. You test every student. You find very quickly and efficiently who is at risk for reading deficits. Now, we use that information to possibly do further assessments, maybe some diagnostics as well. But really what we have is, between the universal screener, the other data that we collect at our site, and our teachers' input, is we take the group of students that are most at risk for literacy deficits. And those students would then participate and be given a spot in the reading lab at Model Elementary School. So in this reading lab, if you were to walk into it, what you would see are one teacher and possibly 3 or 4, depending on the size of your school, paraprofessionals or teachers' aides. And there would be small group instruction that's happening in this lab. Now, it happens very explicitly, directly, and intensively. There is not enough time in the day to have any sort of fluff in our intervention program. So it's a lot of really fast-paced instruction. Another key thing that you would see that may be different is that each group may be working on something different: a different curriculum, a different skill, a different level. That's because what we do is we match student skill deficit to a proper curriculum and instruction that is designed to help benefit that student and bring them up in that particular area. So that it's an amazing thing that happens in a reading lab. At Model Elementary School, you would see these relationships between students and adults. Students would be motivated and encouraged. They would love to come every day. It's the happiest place on earth, or on campus at least. It's designed to be the hub for the school. Now, if we back out of the lab, I want to give you a vision of what this would look like from the whole school site standpoint. With an intervention, in order for it to be really powerful, it has to be part of the systemic change or culture of that particular school. Intervention cannot be a place you send a few kids to every once in a while and that teacher over there fixes them. Never a good sign. Another sign that concerns me a little bit is when we have the exact same curriculum being used for every single student. We know through our data that the skill need for each student is very different. So we have to really think and use that data and analyze the need to do proper matches. Now, the cool thing about this particular school is going to be that while your kids are in the reading lab, you've got every other student is grouped based on need. Because remember, we did that universal screener. We know what everyone's deficit may be, or the things they're really wonderful at. They may get some sort of an enrichment. So what we have is every student is deployed to a teacher that continues to work on their skill deficit. A couple of important things. Students never miss the core. Never miss the core. This is so important. We can't pull kids out of core instruction and expect them to catch up. Don't do it. If you're doing it, stop it immediately. That's our number one thing. So while these kids are being deployed, they're not missing core because the teachers are continuing to work on differentiated skills. It's built-in differentiation. It's amazing. And my role, or the role of that interventionist, would be to help that teacher match instruction to the skill need of their particular group of students. So the beauty of this model really is everybody gets what they need. Nobody misses core instruction. Differentiation happens every single day. There's no stigma when kids are pulled out because they're not pulled out. Everybody gets up and goes where they need to be. You're going to see student confidence improve. You're going to see behavior problems drop because we all know that kids would rather get in trouble than look dumb. Once we give them what they need academically, we see amazing things happen to their little spirits and beings, and those are wonderful things. You're going to see test scores improve. You know, the big high stakes one that we all sweat at the end of the year. Eventually, all of these improvements are going to transfer into that high stakes testing. It happens. I see it. It's amazing. It takes some time, but it can happen. And your math scores go up because we all know how much reading there is in our math standards nowadays. So, in a sense, in a very quick, brief look at what this looks like, that's what I am suggesting, is a systemic intervention that is part of the culture of the school that has student need matched to curriculum based on assessed data. When we see this, it's amazing. We will get more specific as we go on. I hope that this is something that intrigues you. If you're as passionate about it as I am, please subscribe, please like. Let's start this conversation. Please leave me a comment. I'd love to know what's working for you. I'd love to know what your pain points are. What are those things that you're really struggling with? If you're a teacher leader like myself, and you are the one out there, great. We're kindred spirits. If you are an administrator thinking, wow, we need something like this at our site, please like this. Let's talk about it. Leave a comment. Continue to watch because there's some exciting things to come. Thanks. Have a great day.